Knockoff assets have been around for a while, with designer handbags, wristwatches, and luggage being some of the most commonly replicated items. However, there are some knockoff brands out there that are not only failing to deceive anyone but also providing an enjoyable experience. These popular brands have caught the attention of keen online shoppers seeking budget-friendly options as well as savvy social media enthusiasts who have showcased their shopping prowess through humorous snapshots. In this video, we have included some of the knockoff brands. These hilarious imitations of knockoff brands are sure to tickle your funny bone, irrespective of how you view them. But before we start, ensure to click the subscribe button down below to stay updated with our latest content. 1. Kat Kot. When it comes to copycats, there are two possible outcomes: either the copycats get away with it and start to think their work is as good as the original, or the work is so bad that it goes viral online. This is where Kat Kot comes in. They make products so horribly that they're actually funny. It looks like a Kit Kat bar, right? However, it turns out to be a Kat Kot. You can tell the difference by reading the wording on the bars, as seen in the picture. It may have borrowed the catchy phrase as well, but this is not a Nestlé candy bar. 2. King Burger. King Burger is a riff on Burger King. The restaurant's name, King of the Burgers, is meant to evoke an air of superiority. Hence, with a name so close to their source and a logo so similar, you'd think they'd be embarrassed. 3. Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops from Kellogg's have been around since the 1960s, and they're still a fan favorite among kids today. Now, imitations of the product under the name Fruit Rings may be found on online marketplaces like Alibaba. The fruit rings come in a variety of hues, from brown, chocolate, to yellow, vanilla, and are packaged in fun ways that depict fruits being sliced in half or floating in the water. However, these knockoffs are missing an essential ingredient, which is the original signature taste. 4. Hamburger Partner. Have you ever been to the supermarket looking for a certain brand name but ended up with a generic version by mistake? We imagine Panburger Partner was designed with the intention of capitalizing on mistakes like this. It would be an understatement to say that Betty Crocker's Hamburger Helper was the inspiration for this beef noodle combination. They've both got the same color box and nearly identical pictures on the front, so it's easy to tell what they're selling. 5. KFC. Similar to KFC, KFD is a cheap imitation. They have similarities beyond the fact that they are both fast food restaurants specializing in fried chicken. KFC's logo is a parody of Colonel Sanders designed by the company. All the fixings are there, and it utilizes the same font, but it doesn't have the same finger-licking delicious taste as KFC does. However, the seasoning is lacking, and the breading lacks the crunch one would hope for in a quick food joint. 6. Microsoft Binbos. Mike Rowe, a student from Canada, was sued by Microsoft in 2004 after the company tried to register the domain name Microsoft.com. Although Mike ultimately reached a settlement with the multinational IT company, it appears that other people may have used similar strategies. The Japanese shop Microsoft Binbo specialized in fixing computers. Photos show a billboard perched on the side of a building with an earlier version of the Microsoft emblem and text designed to look like the original. Understanding the pun behind the name, the word binbo is Japanese for cheap, helps a little. In any case, the store's signage remained an internet sensation long after the business had shut down. 7. Dunkin' Daggles. Food chains are an exception to the rule that imitation is the most sincere sort of flattery. Dunkin' Daggles is a humorous example of a knockoff brand that has no chance of fooling anyone. Duffin, a combination of the words donut and muffin, is, if nothing else, a creative play on words. Some individuals on social media expressed interest in trying one of these unique sweets, despite the fact that the package resembles the well-known Dunkin' Donuts logo. 8. Benign Girl. Since the early 1960s, the ubiquitous Barbie has been a go-to for girls and boys alike. It has, like any other successful brand, been the subject of imitation. A Taiwanese brand called Benign Girl offers an unusual alternative to Barbie. It's unclear what the designers were going for with the moniker, but we're assuming it has to do with a muddled translation. The common denominator is the letter B, which surely amounts to the same thing. 9. The Borio cookies. Borio cookies are modeled after the popular Oreo brand. Peanut butter, oats, brown sugar, and refined sugar are the main ingredients in traditional Borio cookies. The higher fat level makes them less crunchy than Oreo cookies but gives them a more robust flavor. A great treat for both youngsters and adults to enjoy with their afternoon tea or coffee. Also, you can make fantastic donuts, croissant cookies, and cannolis using the cookies, so they're ideal for adding variety to your collection of dessert recipes. 10. Borio, creme betweens. Oreo, which first appeared on store shelves more than a century ago, easily takes the cake as America's favorite cookie. Fans all across the world have come to rely on this classic confection, which consists of 2 chocolate wafers sandwiching a cream filling. For instance, the Egyptian firm Family Nutrition produced and sold a cookie called Borio, which was a knockoff of the original. Creme Betweens is another counterfeit brand that appears to be more widely available in the United States than in Egypt. Although it pains us to say so, these imitations are partially warranted because Oreos are a direct copy of the earlier Hydrox biscuit. As it turns out, a glass of milk goes wonderfully with your serving of retribution. We have come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, you can get updates on new videos by subscribing and pressing the bell button. See you in the next video, and don't forget to tell us what you think about this list in the comments.